Hello, today I'm going to walk you through the first week skills assessment activities. To do that, I'm going to go back into our Blackboard shell here. There we go. So I'm going to click on the first week's course module, and you'll see here that there are, again, the overview that walks you through what you're going to be doing in this first part of the module, the activities that you're going to participate in completing, and the readings, of course, that you'll need to do. And then finally, of course, the assignments, which will be to complete the syllabus quiz, practice assignment, practice exam, and of course the statement of understanding. So let's go straight to the assignments link. We'll open up that folder, and you'll see that there are some links here. The first thing you want to do is you want to enable HonorLock. HonorLock is the online course proctoring software that will allow you to walk through the exams, both the practice exam that you'll do this week and the regular course exams that you'll do over the course of the semester. These need to be completed in Chrome. Chrome is the browser that is designed to integrate with or interface with HonorLock. There is a link here on the page for you to download Chrome. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to a place where you can download that browser and install it. You can do everything else for the course in Firefox or Safari or whatever browser you're using, but exams must be completed in Chrome. And so keep that in mind. If you're not using Chrome as your browser, you definitely want to make sure that you do for the purposes of the exams. So click on that link, and that will enable HonorLock. I'm going to take you to the syllabus quiz first. So when you click on this link, what will happen is you'll get a set of instructions, a description of the assessment. Make sure you read everything, of course, in this class very carefully, but this covers information found in the course syllabus. It doesn't impact your course grade, but you do need to complete this as part of this first week skills assessment, because if you're able to complete the syllabus quiz, then we know that you're going to be able to complete the reading quizzes, and the reading quizzes, of course, are part of your course grade. So we want to do a diagnostic, if you will, before we actually get into the content, the course content. The instructions are very straightforward, right? Read each question carefully, select the correct responses, submit the completed quiz no later than 11:59 p.m. Sorry about that. The completed quiz no later than 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, March 16th. Notice this, you can change your responses anytime prior to clicking submit. So keep that in mind. That's also, of course, noted here under where it says forced completion. Notice it says the test can be saved and resumed later. And again, you've got your due date, which is March 16th. So click begin to start. So we're going to go over here to the lower right. We're going to click begin, and it's going to take us into the quiz. Now the instructions and the description are repeated here again, so no excuse not to read those things. And you'll notice, of course, that there is a list of questions. Over here it says 0 points, and even when you click on the correct response, it's still going to be 0 points because this is not worth anything in terms of your course grade. Do your best. Try to get the questions or the responses correct, but just understand that there's really no pressure. This is, again, just a diagnostic to make sure that you know how to complete these assignments. So the first question, which of the following is not one of the 3 course objectives for Sociology 101? Remember, the course objectives for this class are that you develop a sociological imagination, understand the value of empiricism, and become engaged citizens. So the answer would be C. And I'm going to go ahead and enter that, and then I'm going to click Save My Answer. And it'll indicate here with the darkened box and the green check mark that my answer is saved. Now let's say I'm in the middle of taking this quiz and the phone rings, and I need to go answer the phone. I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the page. I'm going to click on Save All Answers. I'm not going to do Save and Submit, but I'm going to click on Save All Answers, and it's going to say saved. All answered questions are saved. I'm going to say OK. And then I'm just going to leave the page. I'm going to go over here to the course syllabus link for some reason. Now, it will ask you if you want to make sure that you want to leave because the changes you made may not be saved. Now, I know I happen to save my answer, so I'm going to say yes, I'm leaving. It's going to take me over here. I go answer the phone, plus it gives me an opportunity to open up the syllabus so I can potentially look up answers to the questions on the quiz. Right? That's something you can certainly do for any of the reading quizzes, so it's no different for the syllabus. You don't have to do this assessment from memory. The only test you're going to have to do from memory, of course, is one of the 4 regular exams as well as the comprehensive final. So don't torture yourself. Don't try to answer all of these questions from memory. By the way, you can scroll down here and you can look at course objectives. And sure enough, develop a sociological imagination, understand the value of empiricism, become engaged citizens. So I happen to know that that's right. So let's say I want to go back in and resume my quiz, done on the phone or whatever. Go back into the folder. If I click on the syllabus quiz, notice now over here in the right-hand corner, it doesn't say begin, it says continue. It's because the answers that I've already submitted are still there. Ta-da! Right? Those questions will remain saved until I click save and submit. Once I click save and submit, the quiz has been submitted. It's that's the end. But in the meantime, of course, I can go here and I say, okay, question number 2 asks me, the sociological imagination allows us to, and that gives me a list of options here. So I'm going to go back and forth between the quiz and the question to make sure I get the answer correct. Does the sociological imagination allow us to see the relationship between us and the rest of society, right? That's the first question. To see social structure. So I go here and I say, all right, so the sociological imagination is going to allow us to see social structure. There it is, right there. So I'm going to go back and say that's one of the answers. But I also wonder, would it allow me to assess the impact of structure on our lives? Oh, look at that. Assess the impact of structure on our lives. So it's going to be at least A and B. So it can't be any single answer. It's going to have to either be all of the above or A, B, and D. So now all I need to do is see whether the sociological imagination adds order to our day-to-day lives. I go back in here and I say, well, I see day-to-day lives here in the syllabus, but it's not the sociological imagination that's giving us that. It's social structure. So I know the correct answer is going to be F, A, B, and D above. Right? And you just go through and you answer all the questions, right? When you're done with the responses, whatever they are, click on all of them, click on some of them. I'm going to say I'm done, right? And it tells me, oh, I haven't provided an answer for questions 6, 7, 9, or 10. Oh, okay. I need to stop then, and I need to go back and provide an answer 6, 7, 9, and 10. And save and submit. All right, now they're asking if I want to do that for sure, right? This is a kind of a foolproof system. Very, very difficult to do anything by accident. And I say okay, and my quiz has been submitted. And I can click on OK, and I can see my results. And look at that, I got almost all of, maybe half of them right. But of course, it doesn't matter. No points. The important thing is that I've demonstrated that I have an ability to complete and submit a quiz. So that when I go to take the reading quizzes, obviously that will be something that I can get done fairly easily. All right, so let's go back to course materials and open up the folder again. Go to my assignments folder, and I want to look at the practice assignment. This is the practice assignment. This is going to assess my ability to create and submit a written assignment in Blackboard. So all written assignments in this class are going to be submitted through Blackboard. They're not going to be uploaded from word processing software. You're not going to create something in Word or Google Docs and then submit it. You're actually going to do the work in Blackboard. Again, instructions. You can complete the work over a period of time. And you can edit your responses anytime prior to clicking submit. Again, under forced completion, this confirms that you can save and resume the assignment later. Notice this test also allows multiple attempts. So let's say you accidentally submit an incomplete version of your written assignment. You can actually start another version. I'm going to grade the last submitted version of your written work. So I'm going to begin the practice version of this. Now the practice one is really simple. It's one question. It says, briefly explain why I am taking Sociology 101. I need a social science credit. That is a brief answer to the question, and I'm going to save and submit. There we go. There's my result, right? I briefly explained why I'm taking Sociology 101. I successfully submitted the assignment. I'm all good to go. Let's say I realize I want to say a little bit more. All right. When I click on the link for the assignment, it takes me back to a tab that says begin. So I can begin and I can say, I need, it would help if I could spell, a social science credit. And I heard this was a fun class. Now, just like with the quiz, I can save my answer and not submit this particular assignment just yet. So maybe I want to go back and I want to look at the announcements page. I'm going to leave and I'm going to look at the announcements page and say, okay, I got the information I thought I needed. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go back to the assignments link in the first week's module. I'm going to go to practice assignment. And again, like with the quiz before, it now says continue. So I can click on continue and my answers that were saved are still there, right? So it's, again, virtually impossible to mess this up. And I'm going to say challenging because I think that Professor Gramlich will think that's cool. And that's the one I'm going to submit. All right, so okay. And now my new version of the assignment is right here and ready to be assessed by the professor. Excuse me, as I said, the practice exam is going to require the enabling of honor locks. So let me click on that real quick. And now that that's enabled, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to start my practice exam. Well, I'm not actually going to begin it because I'm going to need my ID because it's going to ask me to put up an ID to have my photo taken, and it's going to do that. But this is a really, really simple exercise. Click on the link. It's going to ask you one question, which is, are you a student in this class? And look, I even give you the answer. It's yes, just in case you were wondering. So in the first week, right, complete the syllabus quiz, complete the practice assignment, and complete the practice exam all no later than the end of the day on Wednesday, excuse me, Wednesday the 16th. The last thing you'll need to do for week 1 is complete the statement of understanding. Now this is going to require a couple of steps. It's fairly straightforward, but one of the things that you're going to need is the ability to complete a document with what we call fillable fields. And that's going to require that you use the Adobe Acrobat Reader. This is a free reader. If you go to this link, it's going to take you to an outside website. Notice there are 2 links here. There's the Acrobat Reader DC, and there's the Acrobat Pro DC. This first link is the free software. This is the one that you are going to download if you don't already have it. A lot of computers already have Adobe Reader built in. It's sort of already pre-installed software, but just in case you don't, it's this first link. You don't want to start yourself on the road of a paid subscription to this more sophisticated PDF editing software. You don't really need that. Yeah, just don't do that. So assuming you have the Adobe Reader software installed on your computer, when you click on this statement of understanding, it's going to open up a tab in Chrome or in Firefox or in Safari or whatever software you're using for your browser. The first thing you want to do is download it. So you go over here to this set of links in the upper right-hand corner, click on the download button. Now, if you have your, I'm going to save mine to my desktop just because it's easier that way. And then I'm going to go to my desktop. Let me minimize my window here for a second. I go to my desktop and I'm going to open up my statement of understanding. And there we go. It's now open. So now that I have this open in the, oh, wait a minute. You know what? This is right. I'm going to say I have acknowledged that I received and reviewed the course syllabus. I'm going to put the course information here, Soc 101 G81. That's our course number and section. This is spring 2022. It's an online class. And then for each of these boxes, right, I'm going to make sure I've done these things. So, oops, I've read the syllabus, including the course attendance policy, the due dates, the nature of proctored online assessment, all of these things. I've read through them. I understand what I'm supposed to do. I understand that I'm responsible for completing the quizzes, assignments, and exams by their due dates. I understand attendance and participation. I understand questions of concern and problems require me to contact my instructor. Then I'm going to type my name, my Harper ID number, and the date, 3/14/22. Then I'm going to save this to my desktop. And then I'm going to quit this document and I'm going to go back to my browser. And I'm going to open up my email program. I'm going to use my Gmail account. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to open up Firefox here. And I'm going to go to my Harper account. And I'm going to compose a message to Professor Gramlich. And I'm going to put my last name in the subject line, SOU. Then I'm going to go and find my document. Desktop, Sociology SOU, attach. If I want to make sure that it is what I want it to be, I'm going to check preview. Yep, everything is all there. And then I'm going to hit send. And then I'm done. That's as easy as that. A few extra steps because you're not actually going to complete this in Blackboard. You're going to send it to me as an email attachment. The reason for that is not just to make your life difficult, but because from time to time you may need to send me material via attachment to email. I want to make sure that you're able to do that. So all of these things are basically, as I said before, diagnostic. They will make you familiar with the assessment methods. They will make you familiar with finding material in Blackboard. They'll certainly get you acquainted with the content of the syllabus, which is really, really important. And again, if you run into any difficulty trying to complete these things, just reach out and let me know. Send me an email, and we'll troubleshoot what's going on, and we'll fix whatever's ailing you. All right, so until the next time, take care.